Bem-vindos ao nosso espaço, um mergulho profundo nos assuntos mais interessantes de esportes, ciências e temas gerais do momento. Aqui você vai encontrar conteúdo de qualidade, com análises empolgantes e descobertas fascinantes que vão expandir seus horizontes. Nossa missão é trazer informação relevante de forma dinâmica e descontraída. Queremos que você faça parte dessa jornada incrível de conhecimento e diversão. Se gostar do nosso conteúdo, não esqueça de deixar seu like e se inscrever no canal para não perder nenhuma novidade. Ative o sininho também. Aproveite!
If you love science, don't forget to like and subscribe. Imagine standing in a quiet forest in the American Midwest. The air is still, the birds are chirping, and everything seems normal. Then, almost overnight, the ground begins to breathe. Millions, even billions, of red-eyed insects crawl out of the earth, shedding their skins and creating a deafening roar that can reach 100 decibels. These are the periodical cicadas of the genus Cicada, and they are one of nature's greatest mathematical enigmas. For 17 or 13 years, they live underground in total darkness, sipping sap from tree roots. Then, with a precision that would make a Swiss watchmaker jealous, they emerge all at once. But why these specific numbers? Why not 10 years? Why not 15? The answer lies in the cold, hard logic of number theory. To understand the survival strategy of the cicada, we first have to look at the world from the perspective of a predator. Birds, spiders, and small mammals love to eat cicadas. They are basically flying protein bars. If cicadas emerged every single year, predator populations would stabilize and grow, feasting on the predictable buffet. To counter this, the cicada evolved a strategy called predator satiation. By emerging in such massive numbers, they ensure that every bird and squirrel is stuffed to the point of exploding, leaving millions of other cicadas free to mate and lay eggs. However, the timing of this emergence is where the mathematics gets truly fascinating. Evolution has pushed these insects toward prime numbers, specifically, cycles of 13 and 17 years. In mathematics, a prime number is only divisible by 1 in itself. This isn't just a fun trivia fact for the cicada. It is a sophisticated defense mechanism against predator life cycles. Imagine a predator species that has a population boom every 2, 3, or 4 years. If the cicada emerged on a non-prime cycle, like 12 years, it would be extremely vulnerable. A 12-year cycle is a multiple of 2, 3, 4, and 6. This means that any predator with a 2, 3, 4, or 6-year life cycle would synchronize with the cicada emergence very frequently. The predators would be waiting for them nearly every time they came up for air. By choosing a prime number like 17, the cicada makes synchronization almost impossible. A predator with a 2-year cycle would only encounter the 17-year cicada every 34 years. A predator with a 3-year cycle would only see them every 51 years. By the time the predator's population could adapt to the massive food source, the cicadas are long gone, and the predator population crashes back to normal levels. The prime number acts as a biological shield, creating a mathematical gap that keeps the cicada's enemies from ever getting the upper hand. But the math doesn't stop with predators. There is also the issue of hybridization between different broods of cicadas. If a 13-year brood and a 17-year brood emerged at the same time and interbred, their offspring might have a cycle that is somewhere in between, like 15 years. This would break the prime number protection and make the new generation vulnerable to those predators we mentioned earlier. Because 13 and 17 are both prime, they only coincide once every 221 years. This extreme rarity ensures that the genetic integrity of the prime number cycle remains intact, generation after generation. Scientists have used computer simulations to test this theory. They created virtual forests with math-based predators and insects with varying life cycles. Over thousands of simulated years, the cycles that were not prime were consistently wiped out by predators who eventually synced up with them. The only ones that survived the digital gauntlet were the ones that discovered the prime numbers 13 and 17. It is a stunning example of how evolution can arrive at a complex mathematical solution without the organism ever knowing what a number even is. This phenomenon reminds us that the universe is written in the language of mathematics. From the spirals of galaxies to the patterns on a seashell, math is the underlying architecture of reality. The periodical cicada didn't go to school to learn about divisibility or prime factors, yet its very existence depends on these abstract concepts. It is a living, breathing proof of number theory in action. The next time you hear the rhythmic buzzing of a cicada swarm, remember that you aren't just hearing an insect. You're hearing the sound of a 17-year-old mathematical calculation reaching its climax. Nature has many ways to protect its own, but few are as elegant or as durable as the cicada prime. For more incredible facts like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.